Hey everybody, it's Joseph Ramirez here, 100 Dalmathan, and in this video I'd like to take the time to talk about Kayla Martinez. Most people in the United States don't keep up with what's going on in Honduras, even though the majority of the migrant caravans coming from Central America are coming mostly from Honduras, and most Americans are not aware that the United States is a major supplier of military aid to the government of Honduras. And as I mentioned in an earlier video, the United States has had a military base in Honduras since 1983, where the U.S. military, U.S. Southern Command, trains the police and military forces of Honduras. And in this video, I'd like to take the time to talk about an incident this February this year, where the police of Honduras needlessly killed a 26-year-old nursing student named Kayla Martinez. Most audiences in the United States do not know who she is, which is why I'm taking the time to make this video for English-speaking audiences in the United States. So let's get started with this video. So as I begin my discussion on the death of Kayla Martinez, I'm going to start with the background and context of the situation. So the killing of Kayla Martinez happened on February 6, 2021. So this incident happened in La Esperanza, Honduras, which borders Guatemala. Kayla Martinez was a 26-year-old nursing student who was about 1 month away from graduation. And from what I read, she was the first in her family to graduate from higher education. So Kayla Martinez and her boyfriend, a doctor, were out on a Saturday night, and they were violating, according to the police, Honduras's COVID-19 nighttime curfew rules. And also, they were allegedly drunk. So the police in Honduras, in the La Esperanza department, ended up arresting Kayla and her boyfriend, and they were taken to a police station. In the police station, the details are murky from the police. But what ended up happening is a female police officer ended up finding Kayla Martinez dead, hanging from her blouse around her neck on her jail cell. And she was taken to the hospital, and a doctor said she was already dead. So the police in the police station tried to claim that Kayla Martinez had committed suicide. However, the forensic experts said she was already dead by the time she got there, and that there's evidence of forceful blows to her head, neck, and mouth done with a flat object. So that there's at least, from what I read, 6 male police officers during interrogating her in the police station. And it appears that they hit her multiple times with a flat object on the head and mouth and neck, and that she had been strangled to death. And there's also suspicion that she may have been raped by the police officers. Following the death of Kayla Martinez, her family, as well as many supporters of her, went out to the streets protesting in La Esperanza, Honduras, including protesting in front of the police station where the incident happened. And when the police of Honduras responded with tear gassing the protesters, and no justice has been served. The police of La Esperanza, according to a document I read from BBC, said that the police in this part of Honduras have a record of criminal and corrupt behavior. Corruption in the Honduras police is a major problem. It's not just concentrated in La Esperanza, it's the entire country. It's a culture of entrenched corruption. So much of the police of Honduras, as well as the military, are extremely corrupt and involved in all types of human rights violations, extrajudicial killings, brutality, and working with cocaine smugglers in the country. Some notable examples of high profile police corruption in Honduras include Leonel Salceda, who last year in 2020, after only serving as 2 weeks as the National Police Director of Honduras, was arrested for money laundering and embezzling charges. And then there's, of course, Juan Carlos Bonilla Valadares, also known as El Tigre, who was the police director, commander of Honduras from 2012 to 2013, and he has a long record of crimes, including death squad activity from 1998 to 2002, and in 2020, he was indicted by the U.S. Justice Department with a long list of crimes he's accused of, including working with drug smugglers, including working with Tony Hernandez in 2011 to kill a drug trafficker named Franklin Arita. And now, this year in 2021, Juan Carlos Bonilla is being requested to be extradited to the United States to stand trial. The U.S. Justice Department has put in a request for him to be extradited from Honduras to the United States. And Honduras has major problems with corruption throughout the entire government, the military, the police, Congress. Almost pretty much every part of the government of Honduras is corrupt, and anyone who's not part of that corruption usually gets pressured to resign, and sometimes they get killed if they try to fight against the corruption. Those in the government who want to be clean. After watching this video and learning these terrible things, obviously there needs to be reform in the Honduran government, the military, the police. But as long as the United States just keeps giving military aid to Honduras and enabling this corrupt system, nothing's going to change. And ever since the military coup in Honduras in 2009, Honduras has really become a terrible country. And the past three administrations, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and now Joe Biden, they just continue to enable the corruption in Honduras. They continue to count on Honduras as a pro-U.S. ally, friendly to U.S. business interests, and friendly to our military base in that country. And as a result, Obama, Trump, and Biden and their people, they just turn a blind eye towards these terrible human rights violations, corruption, and repression happening in Honduras at the hands of the government. And they just keep throwing more military aid at it. And as a result, people are needlessly murdered by their own government in Honduras, and more people flee the country, especially after the two hurricanes that hit in November, Hurricanes Eta and Lota, which have made so many Hondurans homeless and unemployed, and on top of that, abused by their government. And so many Hondurans are now leaving the country. And what is Joe Biden doing? He keeps giving more military aid to Honduras, even as his own party, the Democrat Party, are trying to call for an end to that. Several Democratic senators have released a bill called the Honduras Human Rights and Anti-Corruption Act of 2021. And so many Democratic senators are calling on the U.S. to end military aid to Honduras to put sanctions on the dictator Juan Orlando Hernandez. And yet Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they ignore their own party. That's just insane. I hope anyone here in the United States watching this video will write a letter to their congressperson demanding that the U.S. needs to stop giving military aid to Honduras, that this bill, the Honduras Human Rights and Anti-Corruption Act, should pass, and that everybody in the U.S. government should be putting pressure on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to finally put an end to this madness. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and to expect a different result. I hope a lot of people learn from this video, and I hope things change. Pray for Honduras.